all along. 695 heading to Bree Jones, Brittany Griner for the Dream Jordan Canada. This is her return to this arena. Preseason, keep in mind, this is where her injury happened. This is just her 4th game back.
Yeah, absolutely, but she certainly changes things. Carl Semesco told us prior to the game that everyone else has to now shift back over to their natural positions. Ryan Howard has been the recipient of being off the ball a lot more.
Alicia Gray gets things started as she will go.
And she is a machine on the offensive side, very deliberate and tactical with where she wants to go and finish.
Gray gets 3 the hard way. Sonia Citron, Steph Dolson, and Kiki Iriafen round out this.
How about these young rookies, Kiki Iriafen and Sonia Citron for Washington in the starting lineup?
Here's Iriafen. Got that one to go over Griner.
Brittany Griner said to us, no fear, right? She is ready for the pro level of basketball, and some have said that she has played more effectively and more efficiently as a pro, and that's saying a lot because she was phenomenal at both Stanford and Southern Cal.
I believe that was Coach Sandy Brondello of the New York Liberty as Sonia Citron, who will head to the free throw line.
And several other coaches have said
go around in just 10 games. Really, this whole rookie class has the mindset they have. You would not guess that.
Well, you're looking at Sonia Citron. I mean, she was the glue player at Notre Dame for Neil Ivey, and you know, the advice that Neil Ivey gave to Sonia Citron was go be you. Just go and just fit in and do your thing and bring your skill set to the table, and she has done that on a consistent basis.
Here's Griner on the kick. Canada re-entry inside Griner. Too strong as Iriafen gets the rebound over.
Brittany Griner, she's going to be fighting for that early position. She has been freed up a little bit more to be away from that block area for touches.
Sykes' jumper does not go. There's BG with the rebound. Here's Howard with the ball in her hands. Something that Coach Semesco said with Canada takes her out of it as she does not.
Howard, that's going to be a challenge for both of them on the defensive side.
Iriafen 3, that's off the mark as Canada now controls, pushing tempo. Here's the pace that Ariana was talking about with both of these teams wanting to play in transition.
Well, that was the first triple try for Kiki Iriafen in her young career.
Alicia Gray hits the 3 there, and she's got the first
% from range. She has had the most effective offensive display on a consistent basis for the Dream.
Shook Sutton, a little hesitation, gets right to the hoop.
Very sweet, pun intended, for Shook Sutton right there. I mean, that is a tremendous read on the offensive side, and that's what Carl Semesco said about this Washington Mystics team. They're going to apply pressure. They're going to turn that corner and attack downhill, and you got to be ready.
Canada gets it back to BG. Here's the kick to Gray for 3. That one in and out.
Cannot overhelp, and you saw Brittany Sykes, too long of a run to close out there.
Sykes off the screen. Here's Sutton inside Iriafen. This time over Jones, same result.
Smart. I mean, when you're looking at the job of her decision-making with her shots, not just the fact that they've gone in, that's just a bonus, but it's the decision-making that is most.
Naz Hillman checks in for Atlanta. Here's Canada.
It's like a little zone by Washington here.
Nice cut there from Hillman to make herself available. They kick to Howard, 3 does not go. And it drives. Sykes, the kick to Iriafen, pass fake, attacking, and Iriafen
to challenge that legally.
Iriafen, an 84% free throw shooter on this. She gets both.
And she's had 5 straight games where she hasn't had a double-double, and flirting with them, and nearly averaging a double-double as a rookie. Just under 10 rebounds for her, 9.4, to go along with just under 15 points per contest.
Gray kicks it. Jones, the 3, does not go. Hillman and Austin fighting for the rebound. Loose ball on the ground. Slow to get up. Austin kicks it to the corner. Citron, one more to Melvin. Here's Iriafen, jumper. That one short as Jones controls for the Dream.
For Washington, we said it was going to be a challenge for both teams.
Takeaway by Citron. Sykes, the one-hander, too strong. Canada coming down with it and pushing for Atlanta, trying to get something in transition here. Inside to Jones, and she gets it off the window.
What a nifty move. What to do with it? To attack that baseline side that wasn't cut off by Washington. 3-time All-Star Bree Jones with a solid finish.
Howard got the turnover, then turns it back over. Sykes to the hoop, left that short. Howard with the loose ball pickup. Canada. Hillman, the three, does not go as Citron controls.
Naz Hillman has picked that part of her game up. 38% shooter from range coming into this game for the Dream.
Citron attacking too strong. Hillman with the rebound.
Well, it's a track meet. We said both teams want to play with pace, and we've seen that.
Canada, too strong on Melbourne is pushing for Washington. That three in transition goes.
Got it to go, and he just scratched his temple like, all right, oh no, way to go with that decision, but it went down.
That's one way to slow down, just pop a three.
Well, make it though.
Gray attacking, denied by Austin, but they're gonna get a...
And that's to Ariana's point, to what Carl Smesko was talking about, is Atlanta turns Washington over here, but they can't be disjointed in the quarter court. The Dream have to settle in and try to get the best look, and whether that's getting a touch with a pass inside or getting a piece of the paint on straight line drives themselves, they've got to challenge Washington in there.
Walker-Kimbrough jumper off the mark, Citron with the rebound.
Kiki Iriafen has 5 of Washington's 8 rebounds so far. And these rookies are all over the glass. A double team on Shakira Austin.
Somehow able to get it to Engsler, who left that...
Trying to get it out of her hands. But Washington has missed a couple chippies down in there so far.
Gray's not missing from distance right now, Christy.
Nah. Gray is just so tough. If you blink and you're not closed out to her to disrupt her shot rhythm, you're in trouble. Washington needs to find her as soon as she crosses half.
2 of 3 from beyond the arc. The kick out. Here's Engsler. 6 on the shot clock for the Mystics. Dolson, the 3. That one is off the mark. Hillman with the rebound. Gray. Hillman will take. Does not go. Austin taps that to Citron.
Well, you have to count to 5 seconds before anybody gets it just to maintain that contact. But then you have to release and get the ball.
Pocket pass there to Austin, disrupted and taken away by Gray. Here's Gray on the move in transition. Kicks it to Hina Pau, gets it to go in transition.
Tahina Pau. She's just so quick. And her impressive, like for Dawn Staley in South Carolina to finish her collegiate career.
Gray has 9 of the 13 points here for Atlanta. Citron, 6 on the shot clock for Washington. Austin off the pump fake, spins, hangs, fades, does not go. Gray with the rebound.
Good job by Jade Melvin to shore up the paint. Gray was ready right there to attack. She is here on Emily Engsler.
Pau now with 8 seconds, working off Griner. Calls her own number, too strong, back iron. Here's Austin on the rebound.
Defensively, Washington went under that screen at the top.
Austin, the 3, left wide open, does not go. Hillman controlling.
Shakira Austin 0 for 3 coming into this game from range. But that one, it's almost like you have to take that. We've seen her make those during practice. That one just off the mark.
BG jumper doesn't go. Quarter. Tied at 13 now. Citron.
Shatori Walker-Kimbrough did a good job of taking the paint away from Sonia Citron. She was looking to turn the corner at the elbow.
Trying to go to Austin on the baseline cut, has to put it up. Jumper doesn't go.
Anthony Johnson just put his hands on his temples like he did not like the organization of that possession by the Mystics.
Gray off the low cross, count the bucket. Alicia Gray is hot in the district.
Slide to the right, and Chris, that was phenomenal.
Shot clock turned off for Washington. 8 on the clock here. Melvin on the cross and attack. Denied by Griner. Here's Engsler. Dolson. Does not go. What a flurry of a finish here in the
highs in field goal percentage, rebounds, and assists. And just a problem for opponents to stop, right? Because she can stop on a dime. She can set you up. You saw the space that she created with her just cold-blooded crossover on Jade Melvin moments ago. And she is definitely chomping at the bit to be an all-star yet again.
Edwards trying to beat the shot clock.
First quarter alone, so And it's not just her ability to score it. She is an initiator of offense for the team.
Howard 3 is off the mark. Rebound ends up in the hands of Sykes, trying to get to Iriafen in transition.
And if that pass had been on the mark, that would have been a solid opportunity for Iriafen to score. And here's that back screen, ball screen action here with that UCLA cut, sending Canada to the strong side corner.
Canada with it, goes baseline on the kick. Coffey to Howard. And a shot clock violation. So both teams' defense, when they
staunch with their discipline and taking the paint away.
Sykes works off Iriafen. Trying to get a steal there on Jones, taken away by Howard.
Yeah.
And then they're going to get a transition take foul called as Iriafen stumbled into Howard and then helps her up, making sure she's good.
Ask Kendrick Lamar about that.
Here's Jones. Now Gray. Citron trying to stick with her.
Look at the defense by Washington, just hard up the line on that weak side. Canada can't find a crease to attack.
Jones, 2 seconds on the shot clock. Has to put it up. And another shot clock violation. Citron off the screen. The 3 doesn't go. Edwards, great offensive rebound. Trying to spin into some space.
I want to rebound. That was a want-to board work. Carom by Edwards.
Maya Caldwell into the ball game. Here she is attacking Citron. Citron got a piece of that, but still, Caldwell, very strong finish.
Yeah, Caldwell put pressure on out inside Sonia Citron. He tipped it, but I think maybe gave it some spin.
Citron made herself available. Fader off, 1 foot goes.
Oh boy. I mean, that was soft by Citron. That's tough to guard. Leaning back with those long arms. Soft off the fingertips for the rookie. They've been playing really good on the defensive side and getting the necessary stops and glass work, but they haven't been able to pay it off on the other side as consistently as they would like.
Citron got a piece of that one, able to take it away in control. Here's Sykes. Drops it to Edwards. And they're good. So Howard was trying to encourage as Edwards gets the first. Her coaching staff to
there's something that you can challenge there and take it away or reverse it.
Edwards gets both, and based on how this game has begun, if it tracks this way, you're going to need it potentially in the fourth quarter.
Nope, this one thing I kept in my pocket was my timeout, but if I had challenges, I would keep that in my pocket too.
Here's Pow Pow, gets it over to Hillman, trying to look for Griner. Around the horn, it ends up with Gray. Works off Griner. Cross court, Howard rises and connects.
Oof. I mean, Ryan Howard is just so lethal. Knock in threes, 9 for 19 against Chicago the last time out. I mean, she was just masterful at her attack, and Carl Semesco said we had great spacing, but she has really been doing a great job of playing on the perimeter without the basketball. She's been freed by Jordan Canada.
Edwards too strong on that one. Really solid take by her. Howard is 1 of 3 here to start this ball game from distance. Pow Pow attacking, flips that in.
It was like she was on ice skates right there. She's just so, that was the cutest.
Sydney Johnson calling that timeout as Atlanta making some pushes here. Austin got that to go through contact.
Wow, Brittany Science made a decision to give that up. Nice drop off to the weak side to Austin for the smooch off the window for the easy deuce.
15-4 extended run here for Atlanta. Pow Pow to add to it, and does.
Jade Melvin once again going underneath the screen on that. She's got to be able to stay and just allow that level of rhythm.
Count the bucket and the foul. She's going to go for 3 on Pow Pow, the hard.
Melvin for that finish because Tahina Pow Pow was recovering quickly.
Melvin cutting the lead to 5. Could not complete the 3-point play. Griner now for Atlanta, working with Howard. Thought about going to her on the roll, doesn't have to as she hits another 3.
Well, you know she's pulling. I mean, her first decision coming off of a screen is going to be to shoot it. So you got to close that area on Ryan Howard. Again, coming into this game with the hottest hand in the league, knocking in 9 triples in the last one against Chicago. Like, she's not going to be a pass-first catcher.
Sykes gets the fade on Powell.
She wasn't going to turn the corner and get downhill. I mean, BG's down in there waiting on her, shadowing. Just surpassed Lisa Leslie. And she's been so active, though. I mean, she's missed a couple shots.
Alicia Gray has not missed a couple of shots.
She's from range. 4 of 5 now.
Sykes trying to make a tough bucket over Griner. Gray with the rebound and pushing. Hillman thought about it. Gray doesn't hesitate. Gets it again. Alicia Gray, 5 of 6 for 18 from 3. Mystics trailing 35-23. 14-5 run is snapped there with the
composure in the quarter court. After that timeout, came out, ran their set, got it to the second side. Jade Melvin rips the courts.
A welcome sign for Steph Dolson to knock down from distance. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Jones. Howard now with it. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, rises, connects.
Oh boy. Ow, after she made that.
Austin right back the other way through contact. Strong finish.
Well, Sydney Johnson yesterday in practice said he wanted to see Shakira Austin come in and not be sped up on the offensive side. That time she was not and got that bucket to drop.
Hillman 3. It is rain.
But it's been raining massively from range. That's 10 threes made for the Atlanta Dream right now. And Carlos Mesco, when he was at Florida Gulf Coast University, his team down there led the country in over 40 threes attempted per contest, and that's carrying over here to the pros.
Citron off the mark, got her own rebound. And a whistle and a foul. 50.
And that's what Sydney Johnson said. We cannot overhelp. We've got to be able to move on the flight of the pass and arrive on the catch with a stick arm up to be disruptive. And that's all you can ask of your players. Did we contest shots?
And an offensive foul is going to be called on that one.
A little flabbergasted.
Your flabber is gasted. Here's Howard off the cross.
Oh boy.
Oh my. Oh my.
Hello. Listen, right? We've seen Gray be hot from behind the line. Ryan Howard now sitting with 4 made triples.
Sonia Citron to the bucket. Gets the foul, will head to the free throw line.
It's a little slow, and then she just stretches you out and gets right to the rim.
Couldn't get the rebound for Atlanta.
Look at this wall screen over here with Jones and Coffey trying to free Ryan Howard.
Coffey with it. Doesn't connect. Caldwell the rebound. Howard thought about it. Now trying to dance with Citron. Splits the defenders. Still with it. On the kick, Caldwell in the corner. And that hits the back of the backboard.
On the other. But Atlanta is doing a good job of disrupting that rhythm and flow.
They trail by 14 right now, does Washington.
Atlanta switching on that screen.
Fastest to do it in WNBA history, and the second youngest only to...
Rossi did it in 115 games, and Ryan has done it in 114 games, so she just barely got under there, but wow, DT, the GOAT. Say what you want. I mean, she was only MVP 1 time in the WNBA, and that's absurd to me. Same with Kobe Bryant, late, great, iconic Hall of Famer.
10 on the shot clock here for Canada. Nice show there from Iriafen. 4 seconds. Coffey in the corner. Doesn't go. Nice back tap there. Up the floor. The Mystics are running. Sykes, sidestep, gets the layup to go.
That's that suffocating offensive attack in the open floor that Washington craves. Brittany Sykes hanging it off.
About a 2.5-second differential between shot and game clock. 5 on the shot clock. Howard doesn't go. Gray offensive board, and they're going to get a late whistle.
Conversation with the officials about that last sequence. They got away with 1, Washington.
Gray's an 80% free throw shooter on the season, and she splits